Okay, I just did a video yesterday on Vanuatu having some possible problems with the EU because they're not screening people that are, basic criminals and stuff. They're not. They got people, on Interpol that they're not. They're not pulling up for some reason. I don't know how they could do background checks and not pull people up from Interpol. I mean, that's a pretty easy thing to do. I don't think that the EU is actually going to pull this off with Vanuatu, and I certainly don't think it's going to happen with the Caribbean countries. And I'll tell you why. They've had these countries in the EU that have basically formed together like a posse, and it's basically tax matters. It's not dealing with money laundering. They say it's money laundering, but technically, they're going after Vanuatu because it doesn't have a corporate income tax. And I mean, this happens quite often. They come in and they basically, this is how they strong arm them into signing agreements and stuff. And I don't think you're going to see any sort of change with taxes and stuff with the islands, at least not in the Caribbean. They don't have this problem with corporate tax rates. Now, remember, I had mentioned this before because a lot of people don't realize this, and that is that St. Kitts will never have a problem, I don't see, with the EU, and I'll tell you why. They've got a corporate tax rate of 33%, and going with limited companies, it doesn't help by doing that. And the EU, what's the EU going to do? They can't come back and tell St. Kitts to come out with a higher corporate tax rate than 33%. The U.S.'s corporate tax rate's 28. So I mean, it's the St. Kitts has got a higher corporate tax rate than the U.S. does now. But you can live in St. Kitts and be totally tax-free if you know how to do it, because they don't tax income outside the country. If you live here, unless you've got a local company, they do tax. When I say local company, it can be an unincorporated business, and they tax those real low, like 2%, and you get a big deduction before they hit that. But you can live in St. Kitts totally tax-free and have a company outside the country and still not have even that unincorporated business tax of 2%. Also, folks, if you want to legally get your income taxes to zero, how to get a second passport. As quick as 45 days, do three things. Hit the subscribe button at the right of your screen. You'll get new videos automatically as they come out. And don't forget to hit the notification bell next to the subscribe button. And I would like to hear from you. If you got a question or comment, just put it below. And number three is go to our website, www.citizenshipquickly.com, and just ask for some help. Okay, now the reason I say that I don't think you're going to see these problems come up is they've had this blacklisting since, well, Wikipedia says 2017, but I saw blacklisting done before 2010. I mean, they were putting countries on these blacklists, and they were, strong arming them and telling them we're going to do this and that if you don't comply with our tax laws and stuff like this. And basically, the countries have pretty much they haven't given in, but they've signed other stuff to comply with money laundering and stuff like this, to basically catch tax cheats and stuff like this. But FATCA and CRS is already in on that. So this is why you should be doing this stuff all legally. If you don't like high taxes, move to countries like St. Kitts that don't have an income tax, no corporate tax, no income tax, no capital gains tax, no estate tax, no inheritance tax. But if you come to St. Kitts, do not set up a corporation. You're looking at a 33% corporate tax rate. And no one does, pretty much. And you should be having some sort of counseling before you set up a local company here, because you might be surprised and find out that company has to have a corporate tax rate. There are certain businesses like hedge funds, insurance companies, insurance marketing companies. There are all kinds of companies that do have to set up a corporation in St. Kitts. Excuse me. And if you do that, you're going to incur a corporate tax rate. There's no way around that. And so I tell people, if you come to St. Kitts, set up an unincorporated business. And if you want to avoid the 2%, set up a Seychelles company or Samoa company, and you can live in St. Kitts totally tax-free, okay, even on the company. But if you do set up a local company, even if it's an unincorporated business in St. Kitts, you're going to be taxed at 2% on your worldwide income. Okay, and I just told you how to get around that. Don't see that problem, like I said, occurring with any of the Caribbean countries because there's quite a few background checks. If you send money to St. Kitts, most people don't realize this, but when you send money to St. Kitts, you're going to have 3 background checks when you get citizenship in St. Kitts. One of them is the bank. When you send money down on a wire, they're going to do a worldwide check on your name the first time that you send wire down. I mean, I had a guy that had the same name as a criminal, and they did a full check on him. We had to get a police check, a police report on him. And it took a month to get those funds cleared because his name matched a criminal's name. Although he wasn't a criminal, they had to do some checking on that. And then when he gets through that, then when you go and you start doing work with the CIU agent that does the citizenship paperwork, even before it gets to the government, they're going to have to do a world check on you. World check is the second background check. And then there's a third one the government does. That's a big worldwide check that they actually run that you pay for on that. The world check is actually done through the CIU agent. They don't charge for that. That's they pay for the software, and the software enables them to do it, so there's no charge for that. Some CIU agents charge for it. The ones we deal with do not charge for it. There are some CIU agents that do charge for that. But that one with the bank can tie things up. The CIU can tie it up, but that's for your convenience, because what happens is it saves you from spending a lot of money getting these checks done before you start paying a lot of bills out. So these are things that protect St. Kitts from having the problems I think Vanuatu has, because there's so many friggin' background checks here that are done. I don't think you're going to see that problem. And if someone's on Interpol, I can't see St. Kitts not picking that person up. World Check will pick them up right away, even before it gets to the government stage where they do their big background check. But this is how things work here, folks, and I don't think you're going to see any sort of problems with cancellation of EU countries with St. Kitts, because the corporate tax rate, like I said, is higher than the U.S.'s. So we don't get bullied around like Vanuatu does. It has a corporate tax rate. But like I said, you can still have a corporate tax rate that's high and still pay zero tax here. Just don't get a corporation set up. That's how you do it. But these are some things that you need to think about, if you're trying to, get things done. Also, folks, if you're thinking about getting citizenship, I've said this on other videos. We've got a developer that's paying right now. He's running this through February. They'll pay for your whole family to stay in a 4-star resort. And they pick up everything for your whole family, no matter what size it is. Now, the way it works is if you're interested in that, just you can actually go to our website, www.citizenshipquickly.com, and just mention that in the contact button, and I'll tell you more details on how that's done. Also, we have a developer. They're selling units. Once they sell out of these, I don't think we're going to have another one like this, but they're picking up the background check fees, the government fees, and the legal fees. Man, folks, that's a lot of money they're picking up. You're looking at, and we're talking about, you can buy right at the $400,000 mark. And these are pretty good sized condos too. And the great thing is it's by picking up this, you're looking at anywhere from about, depending on your family size, anywhere from $50,000 to about $150,000 in savings. And I don't know if anybody, we actually got this, set up in on a package with this developer. So it's not with the other. If you go to the developer, you won't have this. So we actually had this deal we set up with the developer ourselves. So it's just a way to, where you can get all these fees paid for. Anyway, folks, if you want to learn more on this, go to our website, www.citizenshipquickly.com. Hit the top bar that says Apply with Us. Fill out the questions. Then hit that bottom bar that says Send it to us. We'll get back with you. We deal with over 100 citizenship by investment, residency by investment countries all over the world. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button on the right of your screen. You'll get new videos automatically as they come out. And don't forget to hit that notification bell. We've got over 600 videos now where you'll pick up a lot of things that will save you a lot of money on taxes and educate you on different passports and the good ones and bad ones. And I would like to hear from you. If you got a question or comment, just put it below, and I'll look forward to talking to you on the next video. Take care.